Good afternoon, everybody. Back with you here. Um, interesting, very interesting yesterday. Listening to Fletch stomp around back there for minutes. I even whistled, and it didn't even bother him. This is why I do that whistle. And I'm sorry for anybody that had headphones on with the volume up. I completely forgot I whistled. I apologize. I hope your eardrums are okay by now. So, if anybody's wearing earbuds with the volume up, just be careful. There, at one point in there, I do whistle, and apparently it's fairly loud. I apologize for that. But hearing him walk around back there, I mean, it was distinctly bipedal footsteps. Absolutely. The birds were dead silent. Um, it was incredible. It didn't even bother him that I was there. It's like he knew I was there. He knew who I was. I posed no threat to him, and he's just going to carry on with what he was doing. Whatever he was doing back there seemed to be pretty important. So normally I go there and I might hear some bushes rustle a little bit, some kind of like slow creeping. Not yesterday. It was just stomp, 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 stomp. I heard him go back. I could hear the footsteps get lower as he went back and then came back. I could hear him going from the left to the right and right to left. It was incredible. It got my heart going. Um, Absolutely amazing. And I feel very privileged to have experienced that, even if it was just hearing it. Um, Pretty obvious. Um, Man, my heart was pounding out of my chest. But, I got a little leery, wanting to go back and put his stuff where I normally do, just because I know he's right there. I mean, it was 35 to 40 feet away from me, just on the other side of those bushes. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. That's his spot. I bet if I go back there, I'll find all those bags that we don't find. He picks it up, he carries it back, he sits down, has his little treats, kicks back. I bet I'll find all those bags back there, but that'll never happen because that's his spot. I have my spot, and we respect that stuff. You know what I mean? He knows I respect his area. Um, he respects me giving him the goodies, and it's just a mutual thing that goes back and forth. Um, they know what respect is, and it's a big part of their living is respect. So, um, pretty incredible hearing those footsteps. That went on for minutes. I mean, a couple of minutes. And then I went back and put his stuff where I usually put it and came back and it was dead quiet. Dead quiet. Um, so, pretty cool. I'm super excited about that. I was so stressed enough my camera caught it, but it did. It caught it really good. I mean, it was definitely bipedal footsteps, something very heavy, and it made a lot of noise. And you can hear the people on the road behind me talking. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to go way out in the woods to find them. They're in our backyards. I mean, literally, I can walk up to a hill just on the other side of that trail and see downtown LA. That's where they are. I mean, down in that canyon, there's houses that go all the way up. They just chill out. They just sit there and they just watch people. That's it. No one goes in the bushes like I do. I'm probably the only person that does that ever up there. And everyone stays on the main trails. And they just sit there and just watch people ride their bikes, walk their dogs, hike, walk, whatever, you know. You just they just chill, man. They're such a good group. Um, and when we got to Mercy's, obvious she didn't get her tiara. Um, I think possibly I just get the feeling that Big Feller got to the bucket first this time, and took that tiara, extended his arm back, and dropped it. So, because it was back behind and to the right of a log, a tree. You got the tree coming up. There's another one that comes in front of it, and it was so he probably just took it, went like that, dropped it, grabbed the stuff, and had a little feast. Apparently the Cheerios and the gummy bears were a hit. I remember what was in the other bag. It's only because they left a tiny little piece of one of the gummy bears in the bag. Pretty insane. So I got 4 new bags. So we'll check those out. And I had taken us 2 bags of dates that they didn't touch, and I had put it up where I normally started putting Mercy's apples and bananas, and those 2 branches coming off the tree and stuff. Those are gone. So that would have been 6 bags, and I only found 4. So there's still 2 bags out there that are missing. It's quite possible that one of them found them and carried them off. Who knows? We got this bag, which is absolutely just destroyed. And again, you can see the stretching right there. I mean, that looks like a finger. That looks like something stuck its finger inside and stretched it. There's no chew marks. It's all been stretched and pulled. And right there, stretched and pulled. Stretched and pulled. Absolutely destroyed. You need hands. You need hands and fingers to stretch and pull a bag. A rat, a rodent, ain't gonna do, it's gonna chew its way into the bag, it's gonna eat the contents, it's gonna leave. And I've showed what rodent damage looks like on a bag. It's just chewed open. I mean, you can tell. There we go. This one is literally missing pieces. You can see right here the stretching. It almost looks like this may have been one of the date bags. It's got some brown stuff on it. That would have been roughly the same color of those dates. So this could have been one of those date bags. So, but again, severe stretching and pulling right there. That's stretching and pulling. This is absolutely destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. This one obviously had gummy bears in it because there's a piece of one still left in it. This is what reminded me of what was in the bags. And I remember the gummy bears when I saw this. And again, pulling and stretching. Pulling and stretching. All of these Ziplocs are still locked. Again, same as all the other bags, pulled and stretched. This one had gummy bears in it, so apparently gummy bears are a big hit. The Cheerios are a big hit, and that is absolutely great because then I get to add that to my list. I mean, here's a little piece of the bag that was pulled off. I mean, that is pulled, stretched, and ripped, torn. That ain't chewed. That ain't chewed. And then this one, I think this probably just had Cheerios in it, maybe. Again, just ripped open right in the middle on the back side. Ripped open. And still locked. Still locked. So you could see the pulling and stretching. So really interesting. Really cool. So these are gonna go with my bag collection back there. And keep adding to it. And keep adding to the bag collection. I think I figured out what it was about the grocery bags. There's certain types of plastic bags that, when crinkled, they make a lot of sound. They make a lot of noise. Grocery bags make a lot of noise. I had tried giving Big Feller his stuff a little bit further back in Mercy's in the apple bag, and I hung it up. Now that bag's the same way. It's crinkly. It's really loud. It's really, these, soft and quiet. Soft and quiet. So I think it definitely depends on the type of bag that they're in, and they don't like the loud stuff for obvious reasons. You know, they probably want to keep their cover, and they can't do that if they're crinkling around a stiff plastic bag that's wrinkling and crinkling all over. So really cool. So yesterday you saw me leave Fletch's stuff as usual. Went back to basics with Fletch, sticking it back between those branches. Seems to work the best with him. He's very simple. He's very simple. He's no frills. He's not interested in any of the trinkets or any of the toys or anything like that. Just wants the goodies, and that's it. He's very. He's well behaved. You know, as intimidating as he looks, he's very well behaved. So, at Mercy's, I put the apples in the bucket. I hung the bananas on each side of the bucket, and I put the Cheerios in there. And then I also added the Blue Marble, the bicycle reflector. I found that on the trail. I thought they might find it curious. We shine it to the light, it'll sparkle. And then that cool wicker ball. We'll see what happens. And then I've been thinking about this for a long time. Doing this for a long time, and I finally found a few minutes to get it done. And took a. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with this. I don't know where it's going to go. If it's going to go anywhere, it may just disappear. It may end up all over the place. I don't know, but we're going to do this next Saturday. I made tic-tac-toe. Tic-tac-toe. Took a 2x6, just cut it equal lengths, and I had some s'mores sticks. I just cut them up and drilled some holes in the side to hold them, and then that. So I think I'll be red. Well, because I'm red. They can be blue. They seem to like the color blue. I don't know. And I'll explain it to them. It's a simple game. I'll ask them to, you know, come check it out, and I'll explain it to them. You just pick a hole and put one in, and then I'll come back and I'll put one in, and who knows? We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's a it's a stretch, but you know what? I've been thinking this has been crossing my mind for a long time, and we're gonna do. Who knows? Like I said, the whole thing could just disappear. All those little pegs could just be all over the place. Who knows? Maybe my one might chew on one. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I will explain to him that it's a game, and that I'm the red color and they're the blue color, and they just take one out of the side and put it in a hole on the top. That's it. So I'm not going to get into the whole get three in a row and you win kind of thing. They don't need the competitive BS. You know what I mean? So we're just going to work on taking the pegs out of the side and putting them in the holes. So I don't know. We'll put that at Mercy's and see what happens. So you go, people. More bags. Gummy bear left in there. So I love gummy bears. I love Cheerios. And it just apparently it was a big hit because those bags were destroyed and licked clean except for that one piece of gummy bear, and really cool. I love when they leave the bags for me. All of them, every single one that I've ever picked up that they've gotten are all still ziplocked. All still ziplocked. Really cool. I love it. I'm gonna end up with a freaking grocery bag full of bags. It's growing every weekend. If they don't disappear completely, they leave them right there, and I put more out. And I do pick up all the trash and take it with me. I don't want no plastic out there. You know what I mean? I don't want to leave it out there to rot and stuff like that, and it's just disrespectful. And it's all about respect with them. So I have the areas I can go into. They have their areas. I don't go into them. And I mean, if one were to stand at the entrance and say, "Hey, come on," and invite me, yeah, I'm going. I'm going because I want to see what's back there. So, one thing they've taught me is patience. So we'll see what happens with the tic-tac-toe game next Saturday, and we'll put the tic-tac-toe game out next Saturday and find out what happens with it the following weekend. But next weekend we'll find out what happens with the bicycle reflector, the marble, and the wicker ball. Maybe the wicker ball will be like, "Hey, I can make that. Let me make one and leave it for him." That'd be cool. That would be awesome to get a wicker ball like that, kind of like how Rachel and Ken got theirs. Their twig, Bigfoot, and their twig ball. So who knows? who knows? I'm hoping the tiara's gone next weekend. I hope I can't find it. Pretty amazing weekend, let me tell you. Hearing him stomp around back there, man, that was incredible. It's not something I expected. So, alright, everybody. I'll see you on the podcast tonight, 5 o'clock. We got Squatch Zone coming on. See what he's got to say. See what kind of experiences he's had. And I'll see you all next weekend after the podcast tonight. Bigfoot Research Evidence Podcast, 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And I'll see you all there. Happy hunting, everyone.